Kasupda.
Okay.
A very wonderful evening to you and welcome to your program, my program, Touch on ITV. I am Neka Alishebe.
By introduction.
Okay, I'm Ismail Umar Duko, Director General Kasupda.
Okay. Kasupda, they are having another exercise again today. We want to have your take on the issue.
Okay, I think before I start with what happened and what is my take, I need to let you understand that Kaduna as a city has its own master plan, has its own plans, and this area that we are talking of, that is the eastern sector, has been declared a planning area. It's a gazetted area, been signed by an executive governor in 1994. The issue is, this area has been earmarked for future expansion of Kaduna. It has its own action plan. You see, let me tell you one thing, you can't just wake up and start taking law into your hands. You can't. There is an authority charged with the responsibility of planning and issuing planning permission. What you are building there could be contrary, in conflict with what is happening based on what is on the master plan. So whenever you want to put a structure, you need to go to Kasupda, secure approval, obtain planning permission. Then you will be given the approval and the go ahead to go and start your building. This had never been done by those people. If any of them has a planning permission or certificate of occupancy, should come forward and present. Area of Kaduna, and by the law, you are not expected to put a single block without secure approval. Most of them have been complaining that we went there and pulled their structures, we moved their structures. But what I want you to understand is, since 2012, we've been going front and back with these people. Stop building. I want you to go back there and look at the building. There is no building that we see in that area that does not have marks from Kasupda, dated from 2012, 2013, 2014, 2015 till date. And at the point in time, I'm telling you, there are certain areas our staff can't even access without going with Operation Yaki. What kind of country are we building? What kind of a society are we building? People are trying to be lawless. And whenever we stopped them, some of them continue building on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, then by Monday they will stop. And these are areas that have schools, hospitals, clinics, cemeteries, market, and what have you, and all these things are public uses. You can just wake up and take a piece of land and assume that the village head is the one that is going to tell you what to do. And these people that have 90% of those structures are people that are elites. These people are the elites. These people are the ones that are working in the banks, hospitals. They are the ones that work in the corporate offices. They are the public servant. And an illiterate that does land speculation will now come and convince him that this is not part of the government land. This is not part of the declared planning area. This does not have any layout. And they will be convinced. I don't know whether they want to break the law or whatever. But what I want you to understand is, we issued development issue notice since 2012 to these people, up to date, and I charge you to go back to that site and look at all the structures we didn't punch, or the ones that we didn't clear completely. You will see the mark of Kasupda even last week. But they keep developing. How long are we going to remain lawless? And now that we entered and we moved those structures, and that is when they began to move to media. When they hit my staff, when they destroyed my car, when they maltreat my staff, they didn't go to the media. Are those people not human beings? So what I want you to understand is, this is an area that is gazetted and declared in 1994 as a declared planning area. This area is meant for no development, no land transaction, no further whatever, but you can farm. However, based on the revised master plan of Kaduna, that was the revised master plan of Kaduna, 1967 revised master plan of Kaduna to 2017, stated that development, and also the 2017, the revised, also the updated master plan of Kaduna, the 2017 master plan of Kaduna, stated that the development is going to be in phases. The master plan is 50 years lifespan, 10 years interval, with a special development framework. So there are certain areas that are earmarked for the future, not for me, not for you, not for any of us, but it's meant for the children and the grandchildren that are unborn. But if we could allow those areas to be bastardized, those areas could be for industrial areas, those areas could be for institutional, those areas could be for commercial hubs. And this is all we have in Kaduna, the eastern sector. The western sector has been abused. If we didn't preserve this area, if we didn't take charge of this area, at some point we will be left with no any Kaduna apart from the old GRA that had been planned 102 years back.
Okay, sir. What would be your call? We are not. This one happened here today. It might be another place tomorrow.
Yes.
What would be your call to people who is having this kind of intention again in their areas?
Well, I think there is no place that those people are not aware that this area is a declared planning area, or this is this, or this is that. They know. Just that. It
should be like a kind of warning.
We've done that. There are a lot of jungles, a lot of media sensitization, a lot of public sensitizations. We've done that serially. We've done that severally. We've done that, let me tell you, for 1 year, for 360 something days, a newspaper advert on Daily Trust was being paid by Kaduna State just for people to know that this area is a declared planning area. No development should go. And we have the record. So people that care to know come to our office and we guide them. Some of them tell us that they intend to buy a piece of land there, and I give them priority more than any other person that comes to my office for any other issue, because I want to make sure that I assist him and do my duty, not to allow him to buy a piece of land in which an area that will be an area for him to regret in the future. But some of them are not willing to do that. Even if you insist by telling them that this area has its own master plan, this area has this A, B, C, and D, much later you find out that the same people are the ones that went behind and buy that piece of land. They will tell you that the village head assured them that there is no problem. So I think at some point we will start dealing with the village heads, because they do this intentionally. But however, my concern goes back to those people that keep buying land there. Please don't do that. Tender your application to Kaduna State Government, the KAGIS, Kaduna Geographic Information System, and I assure you, in the administration of Malam Nasir El-Rufai, the Governor El-Rufai, we will try as much as possible to make plots available for people to have access to good land and good housing. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
My name is Elder Noah Amos Joel. I am the work superintendent of this church, Equa Good News, Karji.
Okay, it's, another demolition exercise is taking place in Kaduna today, and your church was affected.
Yes.
What would be your take on this particular ugly incident?
It is very sympathetic to what is happening here in Kaduna State. It's a very surprising thing that the government would take such an action when people are far asleep in the night, around 1 o'clock a.m. They embark on demolition exercise. So my attention was called this morning that the Sunday school section, which you see right behind me, was affected in this very demolition that was taking place in Kaduna by the Kaduna State government. And there wasn't any notice given to us, and we don't know the reason why this demolition took place. What the Sunday school section did, there wasn't any proper reason for this action.
Okay, looking at this incident with our findings, we are told that this land was not properly sold by government. It was sold by customary directive.
We are not aware of that.
So what would be your call?
The government should now come with their proof of ownership that this land is not sold to us by the government. That is all we want. But this church was here since 2014.
But do this church have CFO?
It has.
Thank you very much. Nice talking.